timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
He's in! Patriots win the Super Bowl! Brady has his fifth! 13! 13! Can you believe it?
Hey guys, welcome back to the Locker Room Podcast. I'm your host, Oliver, joined by Lachie for back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, been a while. How are you?
Not too bad. Had a big weekend, of course, but we'll touch on that. And as always, joined by the mystery man, Sharpy.
Hello.
Yeah, it was a big weekend, Lachie, wasn't it?
It's a standard response as always, eh? Man of few words.
Some of us got up on the weekend, but it was game 6 on at the races.
Most of us did actually. Most of us did.
Brad didn't, and then he got up at the pokies, which just is frustrating as always. But
pretty much made up for his whole weekend.
Yeah, we'll discuss more about it at the horse tipping area, but we'll get into game 7 of the Heat Celtics. I hate to do it to you, Lachie, but we're going to be touching on something I hate even more later on. But what a series it was, though. If Butler, as much as I think Sharpy still hates him, but as much as I don't like him, he got a lot of respect from me, at least, for what he did in game 6 and game 7, playing every single minute of game 7. And
what did he miss? Like 2 minutes in the final 2 games?
Yeah, it was ridiculous. He did his best KD impression from last year. But we'll go to you since you're the Heat fan first. Your thoughts on that final shot that he took to down by 2, 20 or 15 seconds left, and he pulls up when he could have gone one-on-one. I've had to think about this, and I flip-flopped.
I don't know, because Horford was actually playing good defensively, not going to lie. So, yeah, like I didn't mind it, to be quite. Like, I think if it was anybody else apart from him, I'd be like, The only person I'd probably allow it would be Tyler Hero.
And he only played
in that
6
sort of
minutes.
situation, literally. So his groin obviously wasn't anywhere near what it needed to be. Why I put him in my multi, I have no idea.
My brother did that.
I should have known that I would have been on restricted minutes, but it wasn't great. But no, look, I like the shot, to be quite honest. So if anyone deserved to take that sort of a shot, I reckon it was him. Like I'm pretty sure from memory, he made one very similar. Was that the same one, same sort of shot at halftime that he hit?
Yeah.
The buzzer.
The 1-3 he did here was similar to it. So
yeah.
What about you, Sharpy? What do you think?
And honestly, it looked good. It honestly looked good. It
I
was
thought
just
it was
pulled up a
going
little bit
in.
short.
I thought it was going in. Sharpy, what do you
So
think?
did I. I went absolutely bananas.
Well, it was a good shot. I mean, he was proud of it. He stands by the shot he took. So, I mean, if he thinks it's a good shot, then we might have judged that. So, I mean, it was like like I said, spur of the moment thing, like all this adrenaline going through it and everything. So,
when
it's just unlucky.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I thought he initially should have gone in against Horford. But now that I think about it more, one, like, yes, he's not the best 3-point shooter, but if anyone's taken that shot, it should be him. And 2, if he's played every single minute, why the hell would he want to go to overtime? Why would he want to tie the game?
Yeah, 100%.
I understand his shot now, but how fitting was it, though, that Tatum won the Eastern Conference Finals MVP? As much as I don't like these awards, even though it's named after Larry Bird, it's just pretty fitting that a Celtics player wins it the first year. Now, I don't know if Lockie's lagged out here. Oh, no, there we go. But what about one thing I do want to touch on? That's Struce 3. Who thought it was
me? Is it? I thought it was you.
Who thought it was the 3? Who thought it was out of bounds? Sharpie, what did you think?
Shadow might have been out of bounds, but
it's a very stiff call, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm surprised they overturned it in the play of game. Like, they didn't I think they didn't stop and go to the monitor. They must have done it through a timeout or something. But what do you think, Lachie? Yeah.
I told you my reaction, didn't I?
No, I can't remember.
Like, I was literally in the lounge room watching it, and I literally put my hands like
Oh
I
yeah.
literally put
No.
my hands over my face, and I yelled out, "What the hell
Yeah.
is he doing?" And then it went in, and I was just like, "Oh my god! Like, what actually just happened?"
That three was crazy. But the one
Oh,
I'm
you
talking
talking
about
about
is
the one where
the
his
foot on
foot,
the line. Now I can't tell if that's just his reaction or if he's lagged out.
his foot. Yeah, sorry. I've
Yeah.
been lagging. I have been like sort of keeping up with the conversation or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's my bad.
No, that's
Um,
all good.
yeah, that was just insane how because it looks so close.
I thought it was out of bounds, and then when they slow it down, it looks like he's perfected it. But I mean, Skip Bayless was going off about it, so we're not gonna. He's starting to annoy me, that bloke. But
Yeah, we won't talk about him.
just a quick quiz, or not a quiz, but just one of your answers. Smart or Lowry, who flops more?
Larry.
I think I was going to say I think you need to ask the great man, the flop police chief,
What, Van Gundy?
I think it's
because they both do.
yeah.
Oh, they
I
both do,
don't
but
I don't
yeah.
watch enough basketball to really be able to. Oh
Yep.
yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, they both do flop. But I think Marcus Smart does a lot more diving as well. Not like flopping diving, but diving on the floor. Whereas Lowry probably doesn't do as much as that. So I agree just with Sharpy. Obviously, Smart's probably the better defender, but Lachie is having internet issues, so he will be in and out, as you can probably tell already. One last thing before we move on to the preview. All I'm saying is Chris Paul got traded from the Thunder for a first round pick and he made the finals. Al Horford got traded from OKC for a first round pick, made the finals. The team that wants to go to the finals next year just needs to trade a first round pick to OKC for Derek Favors. That's all I'm saying.
Trade Julius Randle.
Yeah. And a first round pick for Favors, and you can go to the finals.
Yep.
and
And also every team for like the last 3 years that have beaten Jimmy Butler has won the NBA Finals.
And also, there is still a Nick in the NBA Finals for the 76th year in a row. Luke Cornett. Everyone thought it was over. Even I did. I thought Frank Ntilikina was the last player, but no. Big Cornett. Big Cornetto.
The streak continues.
Who?
Luke Cornett. He's a king. Anyway, we'll get on to the preview.
At least someone's making the Knicks proud, Sharpy.
Oh, I'm sure they're really proud.
I'm proud of him. He's a good player. He's just tall. That's why I like him.
Good in the G League. That's about it.
Warriors versus Celtics. I personally think that this is possibly the best finals matchup that could have come out of the East for the Warriors. I think everyone kind of since Mavs beat the Suns knew that the Warriors were probably going to make the finals. But I thought Celtics are going to be the best fit. Few quick matchups. Who you sending to Smart? Who's taken Tatum? Sharpy, we'll go to you first. Just a few matchups that you think's going to happen.
Going off at how Smart's been shooting, it doesn't really matter who you could probably send to him.
More the key players.
Probably just for safety, probably put Clay on him. But you're putting Draymond on Tatum.
Not Wiggins?
I'm putting Wiggins on.
Switch.
You can probably put Tatum, Draymond on Jaylen Brown, and then Wiggins
on one of them
Tatum.
Too? Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're putting Smart on Curry, or you're putting Brown on Curry?
Probably just for safety, I'd probably just put Clay on him.
Wait, what? Clay on Curry?
No, Clay on Smart. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, I thought you meant on Smart.
No,
sorry.
no.
I'd probably put you put Smart defensive player of the year. Like
Yeah.
you put your best
So-
defender on it.
What do you do for the next one? Do you think? Do you put Jaylen Brown on Wiggins or Clay? I personally put Tatum on Wiggins because Tatum's played pretty well defensively this series,
Yeah.
these playoffs.
Yeah, that's probably fair. I mean, you can put anyone on Draymond, so then anyone on
Our
Kevon Looney.
Horford would be on
It
Draymond.
depends on if they go for the 2 center thing again with Williams and
Yeah.
Horford.
Oh, Lockie's lagged out, so we're gonna have to carry it for a little bit until maybe let's see if he joins back. Yeah, I think if the Warriors, the way that Looney's playing, you'd think that they would start a 2 center lineup. And if they do, I mean, the Celtics are just going to start Robert Williams and Horford. But if they
I mean,
don't,
Horford rebounded well, and he did well against Bam.
yeah, and he's been really good defensively. If you put, whereas if the Warriors say go the small lineup with Draymond at the center, you can easily just plug in Grant Williams instead of Robert Williams in the starting lineup, or even play Horford at the 4, which I don't know if I'd do if they're playing Wiggins at the 4. But we're gonna have to move on without Lockie here. Quick question though. Is this one, when you think about it, is this one of the best runs for a team in the last few years for the Celtics? Because they've swept KD and Kyrie. They beat Giannis and the Bucks, the reigning champions, and then they beat the number 1 seed Heat, and they've got to verse obviously the Warriors. If they win this, do you reckon this is one of the best finals runs in at least the last 5 years?
Yeah, probably. I mean, you could say that Bucks didn't have Middleton, and that was a big difference.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but I mean, full credit to them and everything they've done well to get to where they are. And I'm obviously happy for Jason Tatum.
And I personally, this might be going out on a bit of stretch. I know we had the Raptors versus the Warriors, and obviously last year, other than last year, maybe because last year was a good final series. This is probably the most I've been keen for a final series since probably, like, I'm not even going to say the Warriors Cavs because that just got repetitive and annoying. I'm probably going to say like the Heat and Spurs. Like, that's probably the last final series that I was really keen on. But what do you think? Do you reckon this is going to be one of the best in recent years, or do you feel like it would just be a Raptors Warriors kind of series?
It's going to be a good series. So, so it's probably going to be something similar to last year. A lot of people still undecided on what their prediction is for what it's going to happen. But this is a really good series.
Yeah. I'm just going to message Lockie quickly. Oh my God, quickie. Just quickly, biggest impact player in the series that isn't a star. So you exclude your Wiggins, Draymond, Clay, Curry, Brown, Smart, and Tatum.
So like in the conference finals, or
in the finals, who do you think is going to have the biggest impact? Excluding those people.
Well, from what's been going on recently, you'd probably say Grant Williams for Celtics, and then maybe Jordan Poole. Gary Payton's back for game 1 for the Warriors.
Yeah.
So who knows? He might do something.
I was going to say I'd probably agree with Grant Williams. If I would say Horford, but he's not. I guess he's not a star, but like I feel like he's a tier above Grant Williams in that. But I'd say it's either those two or Jordan Poole as well. So what are your predictions, Sharpy? Give me a team to win, how many games, and your finals MVP before we move on.
I got Warriors in 7.
I would love a 7-game series.
And I'm hoping Curry finally gets a finals MVP.
You don't reckon it's going to be Wiggins?
Matt, yeah. It's a chance that could happen, obviously.
Imagine if he did the scenes.
Yeah, Curry still misses out.
Yeah, they give it to a player for guarding the other team's best player again, instead of giving it to Curry.
Mm.
I'm going a bit of a different route. I'm going the Celtics in 6, as long as Klay Thompson doesn't have a Klay Thompson game 6, that no one wants to remember. And I'm going to go Tatum Finals MVP because I feel like, but then again, I don't think Brown's going to be in conversation for Finals MVP. But if someone for the Celtics other than Tatum is, I feel like it'll be smart, just because if he say drops 15 or 20 points a game and guards Curry well, you could easily see what they did with Iggy to LeBron, even though Iggy barely stopped LeBron. But I'm just very keen. First game's game 1 on Friday. I think it is Friday for us. Yep. So looking forward to it. Anyway, it's that time of the week. Slugs. Horsey tips. All right. So his first pick is Eagle Farm Race 3, number 10, Political Debate. His second pick is Eagle Farm Race 4, number 3, Madame Pomeroy, that's how you remember. And he's Each Way of the Day, Morfettville, Race 8, number 6, Twist of Fury. It's racing this weekend. His horse is racing. I was speaking to him before. He actually thinks it can win as well because it looks like it's going to be on a heavy and it's not a great race. It's paying $8 to win right now. Slug didn't have the best weekend betting, I don't think, on the weekend just gone, but hopefully he can bounce back this week. I don't want to talk about this, but we have to. The Champions League final result. I know you've been given. No, you haven't been as bad as some of our mates, but a lot of blame has been laid on Trent Alexander-Arnold. However, I do want to say one thing. Yes, he should have probably done. He should have done better on that cross, but he did play pretty well. Other than that, he did stop Benzema a few times when Benzema, being the player Benzema was, looked like he was just going to walk through the defense. But other than that, he had one lapse of judgment. What were your thoughts on the game? Did you watch it or did you?
I was on way too early in the morning for me. But I watched the highlights. So yeah, but I think that Trent thing, I mean, in the biggest game of the season, of the tournament, sorry, that's something that you should be wary of. I mean, I think they're not the most trustworthy person when it comes to the sport. Speed said that you see that coming in, you got to be looking at that as if that would be a shot, which made a lot of sense actually. So
don't bring up speed.
So every time the U's have lost the Champions League final the last couple of years, it's just been down to one player having a stinker of a moment.
Stinker
not
of a moment.
Not a game.
What do you think, Lachie, if you're there, if you've reconnected? I don't think he's there. He might be out of it. I think we're gonna have to send him a message and sub him out. I'll just message him now. Yeah, he's gone. All right, so I'll go on with this. I can say Liverpool deserve to win it, which I don't know how you can say they deserve to win it when they lost, but in a way I get it. Real Madrid had 2 shots for the game. One of them was on target, and it was that. But Courtois, no doubt, player of the game. And to be honest, after that game, as much as I hate to say it, he's probably the best goalkeeper in the world. I don't want to say it because I still think Alisson's there, but I think Alisson's maybe 2 now, just after that game that Courtois had. Do you reckon he's the best goalie in the world now?
Yeah, probably an argument you can make for that.
It's just the save. Salah didn't have his best game, but he still had several moments where I thought he was going to score, and Courtois somehow saves it with his forearm, and then the Mane shot that came off the goal, he saved it onto the bar onto the what do you call the friggin', not the crossbar,
Post.
the post? Yeah, God, I'm just having a mental breakdown thinking about it. No, but it was tough. I was surprised. I guess I would have liked Jota to play probably a bit more. Naby Keita absolutely skied one of the balls, but all I want to say is, like, I see things on Twitter saying that this is now like a failure. People on Twitter saying, at least, it's a disappointing season and failure because we didn't win the Champions League or the Premier League. People don't realize, like, looking back last year, Liverpool just got in to Champions League spot because Alisson headed a goal past West Brom in the 90th minute. I think it was West Brom. It's like,
yeah, it was West Brom.
We got Van Dijk back from injury and we bring in Luis Diaz, which was a really good signing, but we weren't expected to nearly get this far. But in saying that comes the depressing news, and we get onto it now. Transfer news. Obviously, Mane told Liverpool that he's going to leave, and it looks like it's going to be Bayern. Whether it's 25 million, 35 million, he's only got 1 year left on his contract. Where do you see him going, Sharpy, and what do you think about it?
Most likely be Bayern. I think with them obviously getting Lewandowski wanting to leave.
There's been
you'd see that as a suitable. You'd see that as a suitable replacement for Lewandowski. Maybe Gnabry also out the door as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'd probably be Bayern. And I mean, I think there was some discussions I saw in March or something. There were some rumors I saw in March about him wanting to go to Bayern. But I mean, he's going to win a lot more league titles. That's about it, because they're the only team that wins them over there. So,
but yeah, they even, like, their players are getting old, and like Muller, obviously, in their backline, and he's 29, and their backline's not that great. So I don't know if they're going to be that big of a force in Champions League, at least for next year. Like, I don't blame Mane for leaving. I
think they're bringing in Gravenberch as well.
I knew one of them was going to leave, either Mane or Salah, and I'd prefer to keep Salah just, but I do like it's a bit stiff for Mane because when he first came to Liverpool, he played right wing, and then when Salah came, he got moved to the left wing, and now that Diaz is there, he got moved to striker, and he played well in all of those positions. But do you think it's a realist? Now, I've heard a couple rumors. I don't know how true it is. Mane for for Lewandowski. I don't think it will happen. But do you see that? What percentage chance do you reckon that would be of happening?
Of Salah and Mane leaving?
No, sorry, Mane being swapped for Lewandowski.
Probably very low. I think Real Madrid would probably be all over that, since failing to get Mbappe and Haaland. So
that'd be, I don't know how that fit would be with
like
Benzema. That.
Well, I mean, they would have got Mbappe.
What about Barca? Yeah, but they're rapid.
I think Barca is obviously another team that are interested in him as well. I think he's got a small price on him as well.
Yeah. I think, Barca is probably a better fit, because I just feel like obviously Lewandowski's not slow, but to put him next to Benzema, I feel like that was the whole reason going Haaland and Mbappe. They're young, they're quick. Mbappe can play both sides of the striker. I don't know. I haven't watched much of Dortmund. I don't know if Haaland can do that, but
Haaland's very quick.
Yeah, but
so and he's tall.
I feel like Lewandowski wouldn't be the best fit for Madrid. Personally, you might view that differently, do you?
No, they are going through a younger thing. I think, Bale's leaving. Modric is 37, I think.
Yeah.
Toni Kroos, he's getting on as well. Isco's just turned 30. They brought in two youngish centre backs Obviously Militao and David Alaba. So
Also, we'll move on to another transfer. Perisic, I think it's nearly confirmed. He's nearly having his medical at Tottenham, isn't he?
I think it was confirmed last night.
Obviously, it's one of Conte's players that he wants. Played under him at Inter. Honestly, now that they'll find a spot for him to play, obviously. But now that Conte's starting to get players that he wants at Tottenham, obviously they finished in the Champions League spot this year. I honestly see them overtaking Chelsea the next season, because you see Chelsea got like a $200 million transfer budget this year, and they're going to sell Lukaku, you would think, at least, where we'll discuss where we think he's going to go. But I think, like, with Chelsea's struggles at the back now that they got no Rudiger and they got like 5 players leaving on freeze.
Rudiger just joined Real Madrid, so
they got issues in the midfield. They got issues up top with Werner and Lukaku. I think that they're going to overtake them. But what do you think about the Perisic move and how Tottenham will stack up against Chelsea?
Well, Perisic played more as a wing back for Inter this season, and so whether they're going to play him there, it's up to them, I assume, but depending on what Conte wants to do. He's not going to be the first option. He's 33 years old. It's not like they're bringing in a young, like a Haaland type player, or something. It's probably just going to be for depth. But he is an impact player, so I'm not discrediting him. Obviously still got Son there, who's a very good scorer. I think they want to sell Lo Celso, so maybe.
Yeah, he's still out on one, isn't he? Oh,
yeah, how much they can get for him. But it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, he's been linked over like the last 6 or 7 years. He's been linked to United and Chelsea and all the big teams and that, but that's just early paper talk.
Yeah.
So who knows what goes on there?
Now, one as well. Where do we think Lukaku's going? Because he's going to leave. Yeah. Do you reckon he's going back to Inter?
I saw something yesterday that apparently one of the people in Lukaku's representative has met with Inter about trying to push a deal through.
Imagine if you went to, like, say, a Tottenham, if very hypothetical, because Kane's probably not leaving now that they got Champions League. But if Kane did leave, I think Lukaku would be good for Tottenham, just because to play under Conte again in that sort of system. But yeah, he's probably. I don't see him going to Spain or anything, and I don't see him staying in the Premier League, even though Newcastle could probably buy him for 70 mil or whatever. But I know that you have a few others that you want to talk about. So do you want to go over them?
Oh, well, I think it's more the United front. I was hoping Lachie would be here. Mason Mount is one of them. I think Ten Hag's got this revolution apparently going on. It's not a heavy link. So I think Mount's linked with a few other teams as well. Tolisso, formerly of, I think it's more of just it's a contract thing. That's why Chelsea, with all that stuff. Tolisso has just recently become a free agent from Bayern. I was talking to my best friend Leary about that, and he was saying, I was telling him to Everton, because he's an Everton supporter, that Everton should get on that. Daniel Backman, the former Stoke goalkeeper, now Watford. I would think with Lee Grant retiring and everything, I think a good backup keeper would be nice there as well. Darwin Núñez, one of my favorite players at the moment. 68 million. There is a possible move on that. I think they're highly monitoring that situation. Maybe Ruben Neves. Yeah, I think a lot of teams are. Liverpool and all that are interested in him as well. Frankie de Jong, I think he wants to stay at Barca, which is fair enough. It's a dream team to be at, he said. So
Ten Hag just trying to get the Ajax team back together.
Yeah, well, I think there's a few people from that team. Ruben Neves not from the team, obviously, but as maybe a backup midfielder or maybe even a starting midfielder, depending on the Pogba situation. Timber, the centre back from Ajax, Bastoni. from Inter Milan.
Just
And
reeling off players.
Yeah. No, I'm just looking through my notes. Declan Rice, Lissandro Martinez, another Ajax, and Anthony, another Ajax. Obviously, they're going to miss out on Tchouaméni as well as Liverpool. He's obviously off to Real Madrid, unfortunately.
Which is annoying. I wanted him, but
yeah, I think a lot of people would want.
Yeah, but for him to say that it was like the winner of the Champions League, even though he was going to go to Madrid after he said that.
Yeah. But United have to get rid of a lot of people. I think Wan-Bissaka, Henderson, Martial, Garner, Alango, McTominay, and all that. They probably on the way out.
Rashford.
Rashford probably. Yeah, they got rid of Matic and Cavani, who both left on free transfers. Out of contracts.
And Lautaro Martinez, he's been linked to a lot of other teams now. I haven't seen anything yet exactly what team he has been linked to, but he was linked to
Arsenal, I think.
Yeah, Arsenal, and then I don't know if it was Tottenham. It was another. Chelsea. It might have been. There was another Premier League side that he was linked to. It would not surprise me.
They could just do a straight swap with Lukaku.
Before we go, what player do you reckon? What reasonably big player or reasonably good player do you think is most likely to join Newcastle? Because they've got all the money now. They're gonna have you'd think a big transfer window. Probably might even get like players like Bailly from United and stuff.
Gnabry from Bayern, depending on if he wants Champions League, which obviously everyone does. So Klaus, how pronounce it, from Lens in the Ligue 1. That'd be nice. Maybe even Renato Sanchez.
Oh, wonder kid.
Have another crack at the Premier League.
Hasn't quite lived up to expectations as much.
Yeah, he won a Ligue 1 title, so.
And not a Europa League, a UEFA. What was it called? The
conference thing.
No, the one that Portugal won.
Oh, the Euros. You won the Euros.
I couldn't think of it for some reason. Is there anything else you had to touch on there?
No, that's it.
Well, thanks for joining us. Thanks for not lagging out.
That's
like Lockie's poor internet. Only a few more weeks to the draft. And we'll be back next week with, obviously, I don't know how many games we played from the NBA finals, but it'll probably be, hopefully it's not over by next week. So we'll see you next week. Bye.